What's up, squad? Back with another video. I seen that title's going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. Hopefully, I don't get copyrighted for this music that's gonna be playing. I'm gonna try to pause it as much as I can, but hoping I don't get copyrighted. Zohran Mamdani, under fire, as critics claim. New York City's City Hall has promoted pro-Islamic content creators at an official event. The appearance, including the mayor wearing a hijab, is now sparking a heated political fight. Pretty wild. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty wild. And I say that because it's more so of like, and I know I'm gonna say this again because it's this post that I have that I want to show. But you have all these content creators, obviously. You have these content creators that, you have these Muslim, y'all know what I mean. And it's almost like, obviously they are wanting to change, New York, this, that, and the other. But I feel like it's truly too, like, it's like they trying to hype up. You know what I mean? Hype up. And it's a reason why I'm saying that. But let's check this out. I'm going to show y'all. But y'all gonna catch what I'm trying to say. I can't say too much on here. Check it out.
I got invited to have dinner with the mayor. Zohran Mamdani is the first mayor to host the iftar in his office, and it was honestly so wholesome. When we arrived, the room was decorated with these beautiful carpets. We all sat down, took off our shoes, and prepared to break our fast. I personally do not like dates, but of course the mayor gave it to me, so I had to try it. The conversations at this iftar was truly so wholesome. We spoke about our families, our Eid traditions, our favorite meals, and our goals for the rest of Ramadan. I participated, but not too much because that food was too good for me to put down. Me and him had a little one-on-one conversation about the rent prices in New York, and he said he's gonna put it down. JK, he didn't say that, but he definitely should. We became besties after, and then...
JK, he definitely didn't say that, but he should. So you mean to tell me that it's almost like people, this truly goes to show you people only vote on this individual because he's Muslim. I'm a vote for him. And this just doesn't go. I mean, there's individuals that just based off, no matter what color you are, they base it off the color of your skin. Like this literally is an example of what I'm talking about. This man literally is doing everything in their faces, literally telling them lies. Didn't get caught up in the lie. And they know they get caught up in the lie. But since it's Mamdani, this generation, man.
Finished off the night with taking pictures, content, and etc. And honestly, a huge shout out to our amazing mayor. I really wish you guys were there. We felt like a family. Everything was so thoughtful and wholesome. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward him, and I hope to be back here next year.
Tell me why I got invited to an iftar hosted by Mayor Mamdani. At this point, my side quests just keep getting more random. But you
I'm not trying to get copyrighted. I'm not going
creators to join him for iftar. And I am actually a fangirl for him. Like, I can't believe this man is real. I low-key thought he was AI because he's too jolly and charismatic for a New Yorker. This man catered a massive spread of classic South Asian food, and you can tell he loves us. Then dinner turned into intentional conversation.
You can truly tell he loves. Yeah, he probably most likely. Yeah, he definitely does.
About Ramadan and what this month means to us. My favorite part was hearing from creators who don't practice Islam but have secondary knowledge through their friends. It's so beautiful when we share traditions without judgment, because that's what New York is. We are the most diverse place on this world, and I'm so grateful to call this city my home. With
the most diverse place in the world. But y'all truly had, bro, like, look at the room, bro. Like, are we serious right now? How many times do I gotta tell people they do not care about Americans whatsoever, bro? They don't care about Americans whatsoever. I'm not trying to get copyright on this song. I know I am. I know for a fact I am. But it's truly sickening. I'm telling y'all. Says Zohran Mamdani is getting literally and not literally YouTube slammed after a viral video in which he chats with influencers about making the city more affordable. while pushing policies that would reach deeper into the pockets of hard-working New Yorkers. At the moment, his admin is floating plans to eliminate free street parking and residence blocks, slapping new fees on drivers already crushed by sky-high taxes, tickets, tolls, and living costs. And then his big campaign promise of free buses, still nowhere in sight. Literally, you have people that's asking, are we getting, is this bus ride free? Bus driver tell them no. I'm telling y'all, absolutely insane.
So I just became the mayor of New York.
Mayor of New York City. You guys know how hard that is?
It is.
Like, he can control the funding and everything like that. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So we're focused on how to make the most expensive city in America affordable for everybody.
Most expensive city. Like, you guys know how crazy that is, right?
It is.
Okay, so
Takes talent.
Okay, so back to the work, right? So every day we're just trying to ask ourselves, what can City Hall do? How can we deliver universal childcare?
Childcare. That's very important, and the fact that you're even thinking about that shows how good of a person he is. He's a really good person. Honestly, how can you not love this guy?
That's why God chose you.
How can you not love this guy?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. It's like if you know anybody who has kids, tell them that now we're actually gonna make it
You know a lot of people. He knows
I got
100 people.
kids.
He has 5 kids.
You have 5
He
kids.
has 5 kids.
I do have 5 kids.
And he has cousins. He has cousins in Yemen that has 100 kids.
Oh
my God. He can definitely help you with that. Okay.
It was the most cringy thing I've seen all month. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely. I do have to say though, when it comes down to it, you can see straight through a person. When he smiles, when you can definitely tell. I'm telling y'all, bro. I truly don't see how people are in support of these individuals. This same guy right here, I don't know if y'all seen the one that was talking in the back. They say these are influencers, social media. I don't know who he is. I know who this guy is, who we gave a handshake to, who he shook up with right here. He makes the chopped cheeses and all of that. Aki or whatever his name is. The Aki. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But this dude in the white shirt, long sleeve, I don't know who he is. But I did see, which is definitely quite interesting, Zohran Mamdani's Muslim guest at the mayor's mansion flashing the one finger. If y'all don't know what the one finger is, just check it out of what that salute actually means, what this individual did right here. This individual that obviously had the bomb, you know what I mean, and put that up and smiled. And you truly have an individual doing the same exact thing, which is definitely wild. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely wild, definitely sickening that you have these individuals doing it. It makes it become even. It's just very odd. It's very odd, and I say that it's odd because it's like, bro, you're trying to get people fired up. You're trying to get more and more Muslims fired up, and I say that because you gotta think. Zohran Mamdani didn't even make it seem like, what that individual was. Y'all know what I'm saying. It's the T word. And y'all know that's what, that's what he is. Having it in your hand, throwing that at the crowd, that's what that is. But for him to do that, at City Hall, and I'm telling y'all, it's very, very sickening. Very sickening. Got it right here. It says New York City voters are panicking after learning Mayor Mamdani scammed them again. He wants to raise the state tax to 50% at $750,000, not $7 million. Some Democrats are now sounding alarm. This is bad for everybody. And again, this is what people, this is what some people voted for. Check it out.
It's that nationally we should raise the estate tax, both to bring in more revenue and for equity reasons. I think we should be very, very careful about doing it just in New York because people are mobile and they're potentially more mobile later in life when their kids are grown and they may be retired. And it would really undermine the whole purpose of a move like that if people left. We'd actually get less revenue. That would be bad for everybody.
The business community has been blasting the proposal. Bill Ackman posted on X, quote, Mamdani's strategy appears to make New York City an unattractive place to live and to die. Mamdani is facing a $5.4 billion city budget deficit for the fiscal year that begins July 1st. This is one of the ways he is looking to close that gap. Harris?
Wow, that line from Bill Ackman, I mean, you don't want to live here and you don't want to die here. That is some strong stuff. Madison, thank you. Any moment now, President Trump will have lunch with the Trump Kennedy Center board member.
It definitely is. It's very sickening. I mean, you literally have it right here. Says Mamdani's strategy appears to be to make New York City an attractive place to live in. I mean, it's truly, sad. It's irritating, that you have individuals that truly doesn't care, about. When I say that you have these individuals that only care about their people, you truly have that. And it's honestly very, very sickening, very sad. Muslim New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani, budget director, has delayed crucial testimony needed to address the city's grim financial state because he's fasting for Ramadan. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Somebody said something in these comments. It says right here. Let me see. I seen it earlier because I said the same thing. Let me see if I could find it. Says their fasting consists of having a big meal before the sun rises, having another big meal when the sun sets. So basically, they miss lunch. Where is that right here? Because it actually made sense. He's not fasting 24/7. He's running away from the truth. So here it is. So after skipping lunch, he has no time to work. My point exactly. And I was literally like, I'm trying to figure out the logistics of that. It would seem that he'd have more time, not less time. Exactly. I was sitting here and I was going through the comments like, man, let me think about this. I don't want to be wrong, because I didn't at one point I didn't know how Ramadan worked, and then like obviously knew, and I was thinking to myself like, wouldn't you truly have more time? Like, you don't have to eat lunch. You don't have to, like, you're sitting there waiting, and on top of that, not even to be funny or nothing, but you truly having that more time to grind, to get your thoughts away, and to kill time so you can eat. So it'd be time to eat. I'm telling y'all, it's, again, like somebody said, running away from the truth. It's definitely sickening. I'll tell y'all, it's very, very sickening. Says New York Mayor Mamdani said Americans should look to Islam and Prophet Muhammad to support migration. I'm going to tell y'all one thing, and I'm going to be 100 with y'all. Me personally, I pray to God. I'm not, I don't, whatever Mayor Mamdani, and, I don't do that, but I do pray. I pray. I definitely pray to God. They're trying to change people. And I'm not saying that whatever they're doing, when it comes to their, them praying and this, that, and the other, I'm not a person that's like that. But I definitely would say don't try to change somebody. I don't care who you are. Don't try to change somebody. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you have that, that's between you and God. Me personally. Like, stop wearing like that. And that right there just goes to show you he only cares for the individuals, that he's associating with, and what, and other individuals that obviously are following what they're doing. That's it. Check it out.
I think of the freedom from suffering that Buddhism teaches us is only possible if we remove the three poisons of desire, hatred, and ignorance from our daily lives. We need not accept suffering as unchangeable. We need not treat hatred as the natural state. We have the power to set ourselves free. And I consider my own faith, Islam, a religion built upon a narrative of migration. The story of the Hijrah reminds us that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a stranger too, who fled Mecca and was welcomed in Medina. Surah An-Nahl 1642 tells us, as for those who immigrated in the cause of Allah after being persecuted, we will surely bless them with a good home in this world. Or as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Islam began as something strange and will go back to being strange. So glad tidings to the strangers. If faith
I'm gonna tell y'all one thing for sure. I don't mean to cut him off. I don't even mean to be that type of person. But me personally, you can't sit there and try to change somebody. Talking about Americans should look to Islam and this, that. Bro, do your damn job, bro. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, do your job, bro. Y'all talking about this, y'all talking about that, and mind you, I'm not going against God. Y'all know I pray, I love God. You know what I mean? I pray this, that, and the other. I'm not really, like, I don't really know much about Islam and Muhammad and all. I don't, and I'm not, no disrespect by any means. But at the same time, it's okay to do that. But bro, New York City is bad, bro. Are you not seeing? Like, I know. Oh my, I be so confused. Says Mayor Mamdani continues to play victim after falsely blaming what happened, a few days ago, a week ago, when it came down to Muslim and the IED attack. Check it out.
Despair over what has come to be accepted as political discourse, over what has become normalized.
Mayor Mamdani admits it's taken a toll. The talk radio host who called him a radical Islam cockroach. The complicated questions about his wife's social media and his controversial decision to host Mahmoud Khalil at Gracie Mansion. The ugly anti-Muslim protest on his doorstep and the attempted bombing there by alleged ISIS sympathizers. And this from U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville of Alabama, who shared a post invoking 9/11 alongside a picture of Mamdani with the words, "The enemy is inside the gates."
Is this what Islamophobia looks like?
It is. It is, and I think it's what makes it so concerning, frankly, is not that these are words being said about me, but frankly that these are words being said about 1 million or so Muslims who call this city their home.
But Mamdani knows it's not so simple.
How do you not view it also as directed against you personally?
When the critiques are due to your policies or your views, you can stomach them. We're talking about racism and bigotry. And to accept that, to turn a blind eye to it, it's to allow for that kind of an animus to fester. And it takes a toll. It does, in that it makes you feel as if you are lonely in the place that you know is your home. You are isolated within it.
New York's first Muslim mayor is attending and hosting iftars across the city, where he draws inspiration.
Who here has been told that you do not belong in New York City? Who here has heard the words, "Go back to where you came from"?
We broke our fast with hundreds of Muslim city workers, and they feel the same kind of pressure to compress themselves into a box as if they can't be their whole self in the city that they call home.
Does this make you feel as if you are expected to somehow apologize for your faith?
I think there are some who would love if I did so, but they will always be disappointed, because I will never apologize for who I am, for my faith, and for the fact that there's so many more like me in the city, and what unites all of us is the fact that we're New Yorkers.
I don't feel like it's more so of like people mad. Like, I'm not about to say that I'm mad at Mamdani because of him praying and because of that. Like, I'm not about to be mad at nobody for praying. It's the simple fact of how he's carrying it out to be. It's the simple fact that he's trying to change people. He's trying to change New York. It's the fact that they're doing things that it's changing New York City. I don't have to go into detail. It's just changing New York City. When I viewed New York City, I always wanted to go. I don't want to go anymore, but I've always wanted to go. I want to always, just see how beautiful it was. Just see how amazing things was. Want to, just see just different things. You know what I mean? I always just wanted to, whistle a little bit. Get a taxi. You know what I mean? I don't know. I never been in a taxi. Ain't that crazy? I don't think I've ever been in a taxi. Have I ever been in a taxi? I think I have. I might have. Probably in Chicago or something. I don't know. But probably when I was like young. But just getting that feel. I don't want to no more. Because just seeing how bad things are. I'm telling y'all, it's definitely crazy, definitely sickening on how a lot is. I'm telling y'all, and I truly don't see how he's trying to play this. Let me show y'all something. It gets worse. Emotional Mayor Mamdani said he's been getting hateful messages for being Muslim. And I want to show this for a reason. And I'm going to let this video play. But let me tell y'all something. Matter of fact, I'm going to let the video play and then I'm going to tell y'all what I think about this.
I get messages that say the only good Muslim is a dead Muslim. I get threats on my life. On the people that I love. And I try not to talk about it. Because the function of racism, as Toni Morrison said, is distraction. My focus has always been on making this a city that's affordable, on making this a city that every New Yorker sees themselves in. And it takes a toll. Because this is a city that every single person deserves to be in. It's a city that we all belong to. And the thing that's made me proudest in this campaign is that the strength of our movement is built on our ability to have built something across Jewish and Muslim New Yorkers, across New Yorkers of all faiths, and all backgrounds, and all boroughs. And anti-Semitism is such a real issue in the city. And it has been hard to see it weaponized by candidates who do not seem to have any sincere interest in tackling it, but rather in using it as a pretext to make political points. And that's what I've tried to share. Thank you.
Let me tell y'all something. This is one of those. I'm not saying nobody can be emotional. I'm truly not saying that. But what I am gonna say is the simple fact I don't want to make this sound like I'm just complete, like, just mean. But do you know how many people get hateful messages because of what you believe in, because of what you do? I get on my comments all the time. I've got DM'd by everyone. He's talking about for being Muslim. Hell, I get it for being a black conservative from other black individuals. You know what I mean? But one thing about it is that you got to keep your head up. And you got to stop playing that victim. You know, stop playing a victim. Stop trying to make everything more so, okay, I want somebody to feel sorry for me, because that's truly where he's going with it. And I'm not trying to sound mean. Look at President Trump. Seeing what he's going through on a daily basis. Do I got to mention Charlie Kirk? Do I got to mention Nick Shirley? Officer Tatum? Benny Johnson? There's so many other individuals. Some of them, you know, are creators. Some of them are in Congress. You know, but one thing about it, he's getting on here and he's trying to have more so of not just speaking and giving that encouragement to other people, but he'd rather go this route. So he can have people feel sorry for him because of the bad and destruction he's caused. The bad things he's causing New York City. And it's truly sickening to me. And like I said, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just, y'all know I'm real when it comes down to it. This is Michael Rappaport. I'm going to just play this video. I'm not reading this. I'm not reading what he said. Just check it out.
Zohran the Moron, a.k.a. the first Muslim mayor of New York. Make sure everyone addresses Zohran the Moron as the first Muslim mayor of New York, because he reminds us about it every single day. That's your new name, Zohran the Moron, first Muslim mayor of New York City. I'm old enough to remember when David Dinkins was the mayor of New York City. He wasn't going around every single day saying, I'm the first black mayor of New York City. And I'm sure somehow, some way, his cronies, his group, his social media handlers will figure out a way to find Islamophobia in what I'm saying or what someone else is saying in the next 24 hours. It's not Islamophobia. It's phobia. It's liar phobia. It's artist phobia. It's Islamophobia phobia. We have a phobia of You are totally full of Zohran the Moron, first Muslim mayor of New York City.
There you have it. One thing about it that I'm actually glad about is that they did beep out the cuss words, because there are videos that I have played and I had to do it myself. But, you know, speaking facts, I'm not even going to lie. Say I agree. Truly, people agree. Says 50 years from now, I hope he's the only Muslim mayor of New York City. Says sad that so many New Yorkers fell for this. I pray he's going to be the first and the last. I completely agree with you. You there. Also, just think you're a fabulous comedian. Telling y'all. Says New York.
Zohran the Moron.
New York City Mayor Mamdani. They want him to, you know, resign, and I truly can't blame. I can't blame nobody. Like, I truly can't blame anybody when it comes down to it. One thing about it, definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate every single last one of y'all for everything that, you know, y'all do, y'all support, the things that, you know, y'all do. You know, it truly means a lot. Truly means a lot. You know, you have your ups and downs, you know, in life. I'm not even going to say just doing this. You have them in life. But one thing about it, got to keep your head up, got to keep moving. I don't know who needs to hear that, but if you do, keep your head up. And like I say, you got the 3 Ps. Stay positive, keep pushing, and keep praying. I mean, that's the only thing that you can do. You know, I'm telling y'all, that's the only thing you can do. And I truly love the fact that I have a lot of, you know, subscribers. I don't like saying fans. I don't like saying none of that, but subscribers. We're Recklezz family. I ain't gonna say subscribers. That truly uplift each other in the comments. I see it all the time, and I'm definitely glad, you know, that y'all do that, that y'all give each other, you know, that support, that information to each other, you know, as needed. And I truly love that. You know, I definitely say that y'all are probably the most, you know, I've been through different things, you know, when it comes down to, my car meet videos, my music reactions, sports reactions, comedy reactions. I definitely say within everything that I've ever did, I definitely say by far y'all are the most loyal, great individuals I ever came across. I definitely got to say that just for the simple fact that I've been through a lot. I feel like I don't get on here and I don't say that and preach that enough. I feel like there are so many people that, so many creators that don't, you know, give that, you know, and acknowledge, you know, that, or, you know, give back to that support. I try my best to respond to y'all, especially when a video first drops. I try to respond to y'all as much as possible. I feel like it don't matter how many subscribers I have, I try to do that, even in person. People see me in person all the time, and you would, like, and I say to everybody, like, and people will go around, oh, Recklezz, you're this, you're that. Man, listen, just like y'all. That's how I am out when I'm out, all of that. So if you do see me out, I have been getting out a little more. You know, I don't know, y'all don't know, you know, I've suffered, you know, that anxiety, that depression. I wasn't, you know, out, but I've been getting out a little more, you know, and still trying to stay a little ducked off. But, you know, when if y'all do see me out and stuff like that, please don't be nervous. You know, I've had people come up to me and say that I was nervous. I'm just a 6'5" skinny dude. That's it. It's nothing. I do look, I'm not gonna lie, when I am out, I look a little nonchalant. I feel like that's why people don't come up and they get, you know, feel, I don't know, intimidated or something, because I'm a little nonchalant. Like, I ain't gonna say that I don't walk around happy. I just don't walk around with a smile on my face. And I feel like I should sometimes, you know what I mean? But I don't walk around with a smile on my face. I don't know. It's just some, I don't know. But one thing about it, y'all, I'm just on here yapping. one thing about it, y'all, definitely hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I want to go live one of these days this week. I actually have to. I don't know if I'm talking to a school this week or next week or something like that, but I should have time to run a live. But stay tuned. I might even run a live or something like that when I go talk to the school. I don't know yet. We'll see. I got to go talk to some high schoolers. I feel like it'd be pretty cool to do that. But make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Muzzle everybody. Catch y'all next one.